All right, welcome back to our 5-minute fractions lesson. We are now on lesson 4. Make sure you have out your guided notes and you are ready to follow along. All right, we are now getting into adding fractions. So we've had some review of finding common denominators, simplifying, but now we're going to get back to our adding of fractions. To add or subtract fractions, both fractions must have the same denominator. They must have it, or you cannot add them together. That would be like adding a large pizza that's split into 6 pieces and a piece of pie that's split into 5. They aren't the same sizes, so we need to make sure that they have the same denominator. That's a big fact. So if for some reason you don't remember how to find same denominator, I'm going to go over that with you, but we also have that in some previous videos. So in order to have the same common denominator, this is called a common denominator, or the same. They have to be common in order for us to do any adding or any subtracting. They have to have common. So this first example right here, we have 5/16 and 3/16. A reminder, denominator is that bottom number. They have the same one, so we can go ahead and just add them. We don't need to do anything of finding anything different. Now, some kids get confused and they might say, well, 16 plus 16, we get 32. No, this is not. They're the same sizes. Therefore, we don't add the denominator up. So please make sure you remember that. We don't add that up, right? This is if we have 5/16 slices of a pizza and 3/16 slices of pizza. How many would we have in total? Well, we're going to have 8/16. 16ths is the size, all right? We're not combining them to make more. It's the size that there is. It's how many pieces the whole was split into. Now, what made this one super easy is that they had a common denominator. So that made us nice and easy, nice and friendly for us to do. So we're going to look at some more adding examples, but we got to remember both fractions must have the same common denominator. So our very first one, it does not. I cannot add this straight across. I can't say 1/3 plus 3/5 is 4/8. It's not correct. All right, so now we have to find that common denominator. And if maybe you remember back, and that was our skip counting, trying to figure out which ones they have in common. I know 3 and 5, my denominators go into 15 easily. It's quick, it's the smallest one, so we're going to move our denominators to 15. Now this doesn't say 1/15. 1/3 is not the same as 1/15. We want them to be the same. So I took 3 times 5 to get 15, so I had to take 1 times 5 to get 5. 5/15 and 1/3 are the same thing. That's why we have to move them together. Now we took 5 times 3 over here to get 15, so I'm going to take 3 times 3 to get 9. Now, since they have the same common denominator, I can add them up. So we have 5/15 plus 9/15 gives me 14/15. That is also simplified, so got to double check that work. So that is our answer for our first problem. All right, let's go ahead and look at number 2. So we have 5/12 plus 1/3. They don't have the same common denominator, so we have to find that. Now I know 3 can go to 12, so we're going to keep our common denominator at 12. So I know both of those need to be moved to 12. Well, that stays the same. It's nice and friendly, 5/12s. Now what is it times 3 to get 12? Well, we times that times 4. What do I do to the bottom? I'm going to do to the top. So 1 times 4, we get 4/12. Remember, that's not going to stay 1/12 because of this. This has to move when this moves to a different number. Now, since they are the same, I can add them up. 5 plus 4, I get 9, and we get 9/12. Now, that's not the correct answer. You have to simplify. So we got to think of what factors they have in common. We know 3 goes into both of these, so we're going to divide by 3. 9 divided by 3, I get 3. 12 divided by 3, I get 4. So our answer in simplest form is 3/4. So a real quick review, maybe you take a screenshot of this so you have some notes, but some steps are steps for adding fractions. They have to have a common denominator. You then add the numerators. You keep the common denominator. You can never, ever, ever add the denominator. Don't ever do that. No. Okay? And then we simplify. Some little Taylor Swift, like we never, ever, ever. Sing the rest. Okay. So you can't ever add the denominators once you found the common. All right? Okay, you are now going to head to your assignment.